This is the Black Poodles and Poetry Reading Podcast. You can find other poems like these on my Instagram page, which is @ChokeslamPoet. You can also download my free poetry collection, Free Poetry for Starving Luchadors, on Nook. It's on Kindle. It's on iBooks, Smashwords. It's also on the Barnes & Noble website and Amazon. Now, right now, I'm going to read like 2 poems, but they're a little longer than the normal ones I do, so it's not like I'm flaking out here. I hope you enjoy them. Strangling the Fighter. I knew a fighter. He only had it together in the ring. He'd strangle them all on TV. Everyone loved him but his loves. His wife strangled his bank accounts. His family strangled his affection. His mistresses doing all the above. For 3 straight months before fights, life would take him by the throat. When things got really bad and it was fight night, I think he stretched the battles out to go the full 5 rounds with a 5-minute time limit. 25 minutes of heaven it was for him in that ring. No way those bums should ever be able to go the distance with him. Soon his body wore down. You don't live long when your escape comes through spilled blood and battered fists. All those fights brought him closer to death, but that was okay. It took him further from the family, the friends, the wives, the mistresses, all the women, the only ones who knew how to strangle him best. Soon death would be the new person to take his throat, the last person, the last fight. The Los Santos Bandit. I drove around Los Santos in a blue electric car. It wasn't mine. The gun around my waist wasn't mine either. The face of who these things belonged to was a blur. Couldn't tell you whether I jacked it from a man or a woman. Today, like many of my days, I was going around town doing jobs and collecting cash. It was becoming too easy. Nobody ever caught me. I got this feeling in my head to do something wild on this drive. Real sick shit. I backed up and drove my car into the people on the sidewalk. They flew high like birds. It was exhilarating. Now I really felt like an outlaw. There's a woman I missed, so I got out of the car and chased her down. Before she could make a turn in the corner of freedom, I fired off at her leg. She fell. Before I could take one last shot at her, the police came. They surrounded me. I couldn't believe how quick the flashing lights came at me. In all directions were blinking reds and blues. The cops didn't give me a chance to put my arms up. They just started firing. I fired back. Headshot, headshot, headshot. 3 cops dead. I was on a roll till a cop with a shotgun ran up on me. He blew my brains across the woman I tried taking out before. I never heard her scream from the horror sight. Everything went gray. Slowed down. I was wasted. I looked down from my PlayStation controller and woke up the dog. If you only knew, I told him. Grand Theft Auto is the greatest game ever made. Your toys can never do for you what this has done for me. They restarted me from a hospital. I took my gun out and started firing again. You know what? I'm going to do one more. A short one. It's called Love the Right Way. I love you, she said. I love you too, I said right back. We quit our jobs and drove up and down the hill. We talked about being bandits. We talked about not letting life get between us. No worries for jobs and abandonment through long hours. We rented a red Cadillac with no intention of ever giving it back. This was our American dream.